Hello everybody, hope you're all well. A late bum, and seeing as it's Tuesday, it's a but, not a bum. Yesterday Abby was off at Riverfest, which is a festival we have here in Limerick every year, done down by the river, and they've got a Ferris wheel and the usual attractions and stands and things like that. So I lost her to that yesterday, and today she's off playing with her friend and can't get her in at all. So unfortunately, it's just me. Yep, me all on my own for a bum today. I'm still going to call it a bum, even though it's a butt. So, what have I got to do? I just got to show you, what I've been up to in the last week. I got the Tiger late version all finished off. The dial's done as well, and I've started work on the elephant, or the Ferdinand, sorry, beg your pardon. Later went on to become the elephant. They realised that the Ferdinand was lacking in a few bits and pieces, so they kind of updated it, and they came up with the elephant. They added a bow machine gun and a few other bits and pieces to it. So let's get down to the bench. Let's have a look at the Tiger dial, and a quick look at the Ferdinand and how far I am ahead with that. Okay. Right, okay, so we start giving that a little bit of a spin. There we go, there's the Tiger One, the late version from Tamiya, the one that comes with the figures. There's 5 figures or 4 figures that come with the kit. Even though the crew is 5, I'd had in a figure from a different set. Still a Tamiya figure though, so I can get away with that. You've got the Tiger tank, done up with the 007. Michael Whitman's last Tiger. Kind of copied his camouflage screen, close enough, as close as I could possibly get it. And I'm happy with the weathering and the way it came out. It was a beautiful kit to build, as all Tamiya kits are. They're very, very easy to build. They go together well. They fit the way they're supposed to and all that. So I was really quite happy with that. Made up a little dio base for it, a wall and a sort of I wouldn't call it a road, but sort of a bit of ground. And the lads there, they're having a cigarette, a cup of coffee there. He's smoking on his pipe. So they're having a break just before battle or between battles or wherever they're up to. Really happy with how the whole thing came about. Nothing much more I can say about it, only for it was a very, very enjoyable build. And it's a kit I definitely recommend. That's the Tamiya Tiger One late version, and it's a lovely kit. And again, I'm going to say it again, enjoyable to build, because it really was. If you've watched the updates I did on that, excuse me, you'll notice that I didn't have any problems in building it. There was no fit issues. Everything went well. It really did. Everything went well in it. That's about as much as I can say about that. So that's the Tiger One. Okay, I'll take that. Let me put that aside. And if you've been watching the channel, you've noticed that I did an unboxing of the Zvezda Ferdinand, which was based off the original Tiger base that Mr. Porsche designed, and it was up. He had it up against the Henschel version, but the Henschel won the contract for a finish. But Mr. Porsche was so convinced that he was going to get the contract, he had Krupp make up 100 of the chassis, the main base for it, the engines and all that. They used 90 of them to make these, and 10 of them were used as breakdown recovery vehicles, bergs, or whatever they call them, the breakdown and recovery vehicles. So the rest of them then were transferred to put on this big casement here. Added the big, the longer barreled 88, the L71, and they came up with the Ferdinand, called after himself, Ferdinand Porsche. The kit itself, it's a Zvezda kit, very reasonably priced, I must admit, very, very reasonably priced, and so far so good. Everything is going together swimmingly. The tracks, very, very nice. There's a nice sag and everything in them, as you can see. They're Lincoln length tracks, went together perfectly, no problems with them whatsoever. Had a couple of little fit issues with little gaps in here and things that didn't quite seal up and things, but the tiniest little bit of filler in there for a finish will I'll wait till the whole lot is made and then go over it. There's a couple of little places that need little bits of gap filling, but I'll wait until I've everything on. Just it's easier rather than sort of filling a gap and then finding you have to put something in there. But everything is going together smoothly so far anyway. Like I said, just a couple of little fit issues here with that there. There was another thing, yes, the fitting on the casement. When I fitted it on, it was a millimetre, literally a millimetre back too far, so it wasn't sitting here properly on the back. There was nothing for it to sit on, and the front was just that little bit too far forward. So what I did was, there's a little piece here which I just had to cut into and cut it out, literally a millimetre. Just once I sliced that off, everything kind of went forward, and it fitted much better indeed. So I'm happy with all that. So I'm still at the early stages of it. It kind of comes with a reasonably detailed breech, which you are not going to see, because once you close off the top, you're not going to see it, and you're not going to leave the top open so you can see into it, because there's nothing else in there. Okay, now if you look in there, I don't know even if you can, if I get some extra bit of light in there, you can see the gun breech in there. Okay, it's got sights and everything on it. I didn't even bother painting it, because it's all going to be sealed up and you're not going to get to see it, so I didn't go to the bother of wasting painting it. But you need the weight anyway, because you're going to have the barrel here, and if the barrel is too heavy, I'm hoping that it was all designed properly and it'll balance out and the gun will sit nicely, because if that's too heavy, that's going to drop down. But I am going to have the travel lock on it anyway, so even that it's not going to be a problem. Still building away. Like I said, the build is going well. I have a couple more little bits to do, and then I'm putting up the first build update. Just a couple of small little bits along the top of this have to be done, and one or two other little bits and pieces to go onto it. Then the first build update will be up. I've been filming the build so far, and as you can see, she's definitely a beast. Definitely a beast. Pity it didn't work as good as the real McCoy. Like, pity it didn't work as good as it looks. Unfortunately, most of them bloody well broke down and things like that, until they brought them back to the shop and fixed them all up and came up then with the elephant for a finish. A lot of the elephants worked perfectly alright, only for the fact that they were so thick and heavy they couldn't get across bridges, and only some bridges they could get across. They had major logistic problems with them, but when they were in battle they were actually quite good. They were strong as a fucking ox. So that's this week's B.U.M, or B.U.T, shall we say. All that's left is just to sort of do the wrap up and say goodbye. And unfortunately, I don't have any fruit this week either. No, I do have chocolate, and I have this week's chocolate, so we'll have a look at that. So, there we are. That was this week's update. Nice and short and sweet. We had a nice look at the Tiger, finished dio and things like that. Only a small little dio. You don't really need big dios, but a small little one, and it does the job, and I'm quite happy with it. And a look at the Ferdinand, the big huge tank destroyer, based off the original Tiger chassis that Ferdinand Porsche designed with his hybrid petrol electric drive, or was it diesel electric? I can't remember whether they used diesel or petrol. I think it was petrol. Yeah, petrol electric drive. Two big petrol engines that were off the Panzer IV powered generators and things like that, and the generators then ran the drive sprockets. Weirdly enough, there's drive sprockets on the front and the back. But awesome weapon, awesome looking weapon. Foresaw combat in Kursk, Battle of Kursk. A few of them actually you get to see combat. The rest of them broke down on the way and broke down before the battle started and things like that. And the ones that did fight in the battle, once infantry got close to them, there was no protection really for against infantry. And when they got them back in, the other ones that had broken down and things like that, they developed the Elephant, which basically had security, I suppose you could call it. They put in a bow machine gun and a machine gun up on top of it as well. So anyway, that's it for the update. That's it for this week's B.U.M, or B.U.T, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully Abby will be back with me next week. I'll try and persuade her to join me. So Abby usually does the fruit. Well, we can switch around, but I'm taking Abby does the fruit this week, and we don't have Abby, so we don't have fruit, but we do have chocolate, and this week's chocolate is a Cadbury's double decker, and I love the double deckers, and the fact that Abby isn't here, I get to eat it myself. Yes, I get it all for John. So anyway, lads, thank you very, very much for joining me on this Tuesday. Hope you have a good week. Hope you enjoy your modelling. Don't forget to sort of give the old thumbs up on the video, stick a like, and don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the channel in general, of the pieces that I've done, and you know, I don't profess to be a professional modeler. I'm just a hobbyist, and I enjoy what I do, and that's the main thing, really. As long as you enjoy what you do, you know, who cares what everybody else thinks, but it's nice that people like it. So I'll catch you next week, lads, and during this week I will definitely have an update up on the Ferdinand, and hopefully by next Monday I will have Abby kind of hopefully she'll be back. Hopefully she'll join me again for another B.U.M. So until then, lads, stay safe, enjoy your modelling, be nice to one another, and don't forget, go out and buy yourself a kit, build it, and enjoy it. It's John signing off. See you soon.